Like, I am not a narcissist. I just wanted a cookie.
I just wanted a cookie.
I wanted to go
When you
eat.
said I just wanted a cookie and laugh right there, you sounded like Archer. Like, I don't know why. It just sounded...
I just wanted a cookie.
There
oh, dude, I can do John H. Benjamin. Dude, we're getting bits on this podcast, dude. I'm running bits.
One of our sponsors is Recon Marketing. Recon is the fastest growing social media marketing agency in Colorado. Recon focuses on becoming an extension of your business while providing social media management, review management, and digital marketing. Recon Marketing, putting you on the radar. Our next sponsor is Planet Duct. Planet Duct offers astronomical air duct cleaning with the most powerful vacuum trucks in Colorado. They have taken air duct cleaning to a new intergalactic level that is far more powerful and proactive than anything on the market in El Paso County and southern Colorado. Sheath Underwear. Sheath Underwear has a pouch for the boys. It is everyday underwear for every man. 100% money back on the first pair if you don't like it. Visit sheathunderwear.com and enter the code COSBP20 to get 20% off your order.
The People's Tiny House Festival is the nation's largest gathering of simple living, featuring van conversions, bus conversions, and tiny houses, of course. Catch the event in Loveland, Colorado, July 16th and 17th at the Ranch Events Complex.
Get your tickets at peoplestinyhousefestival.com/tickets.
That's where it belongs.
It's right over that one sticker.
Oh, yeah.
Work, life, play, dude.
Yeah, dude. Bitcoin.
Bitcoin's life.
Yeah, it's up 10% over the last 2 days.
Dude,
Yesterday, it went up 10%.
my gosh. Dude, my buddy is he bought a Bitcoin in 2019. He was like,
Bitcoin? Like a whole one?
Like a whole Bitcoin.
Okay.
And
30. He probably in 2019 he probably spent like 10,000.
Yeah, it was like $7,000.
He bought a whole one though.
Yeah, he bought a whole Bitcoin, and now he's just freaking out.
Yeah,
everything's dropping. He's like,
okay, he shouldn't be freaking out because he's still above.
He's still way above. I would say my thing is I was like he could just take back his initial investment and then he'd be fine.
Yeah, take that. That's actually one way to do it is cut out your initial investment.
And then
you don't
you're
have to worry about anything.
And then you're fine. Then you're worst case scenario, you just don't make as much money.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still just wild. And then also if you just like where the price of Bitcoin's at, then you can just rebuy in.
Yeah.
This is not financial advice. 30
seconds.
I'm like, freaking go buy Bitcoin, okay? Go put your life savings into an NFT, okay?
So you having a decade less time on Earth than
you, dude.
That means not. I meant to phrase that a different way.
The fact that you have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah. No, it's interesting. Just you being a different generation and what your ideas are around Bitcoin, around crypto, and
dude.
Did you how long have you known about it? I'm just curious.
I kind of I started learning about crypto. What's also really funny is I still don't really know a lot. Just I started hearing about it in 2018, and I was when it was made that huge jump, and they're like, oh holy cow, this is a thing. But then it's been weird just how much is just enters conversation now, and it's just a whole thing. I don't really know a whole lot, but yeah, probably about when I was a junior, so 2018.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, when almost everybody.
Yeah,
not everybody. There's certain sectors of the population that learn about it.
Yeah, but it was weird because it's I kind of came in to the when I'm supposed to be investing in to a retirement plan or a Roth IRA and any of that stuff. It's crypto just came in. Mm-hmm. And
is that when you're supposed to start when you're in high school?
Yeah, that's what my dad told me.
Okay.
It's you gotta kind of get your bearings done. I'm still bad at it.
Yeah.
I literally just got a credit card.
Okay. I didn't get a credit card until I was 28. So
dude, you lived and you existed.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It worked out fine. Yeah. And actually, the main reason of that is because when I was 19, I had an apartment with a couple other people, and I moved out, and I signed a contract saying I wasn't responsible for anything, and the other dude moved in. Well, that dude threw a huge ass party and had couches on the balcony and refrigerator messed up and everything. Yeah. And they came after me, and it was on my credit report forever, and I was stubborn. I'm I'm not fucking paying this, dude. And so I let it just fall off. I waited 7 years for it to just fall off.
Because it doesn't reset.
It kind of just goes away,
So what I'm saying is take out a bunch of loans and never pay them back for 7 years and then just move on with your life.
Okay, I'm not saying that.
This is financial advice.
Well, I mean, I was really upset, and I was like, I'm not gonna pay this. I signed a paper, and they lost the paper that I signed, And so,
then it was more it wasn't really about the money. It was just a thing that you wanted to be
I mean, it was $1,800. I mean, that can be paid off over time very easily.
You could have just sold a car and then you're like, good.
Or just paid it off, over time. I don't know. But, I was like, I'm not going to even worry about this. I don't need credit. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm going to make my own money.
Dude, you are preaching to the choir. I was like, yeah, I don't need credit. I can sell sneakers, dude. Yeah. Like that's what I literally like literally what's really funny is like I actually have like a lot of my money in sneakers. Like I have a pair of Off-White Jordan Chicagos that I have. And it's like that's like I think price is probably like $5,000 now, and I'm just like, oh, that's like my savings. So like, it's like if I have,
it's an asset, like kind of in a way.
And also, it's like if I can sit on it till like I'm like 40, it's gonna be like super valuable.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, I wish I had all my Pokemon cards from when I was like a kid.
Oh yeah, my uncle had a Charizard, and he like talked to me about it. He's like, yeah, then your grandpa threw it away. He had like an entire box.
I don't know. Mine just went missing in a move. I think I don't know what happened. They just
it's always in a move. It's always in a move. It's like that. You always have the thing, and then it's gone.
Yeah. Along with all my childhood photos too. So
that's sad. Like the thing is like for me, it's like I grew up Facebook time.
Oh yeah,
so, dude. It's like
it's immortalized.
Yeah, everything I have is like it's for me as a little kid. It's just like on Facebook.
Wow, so. That's actually another interesting thing. It's like
it's weird.
What like you're still. You're not the youngest, but there's a lot of difference. There's a whole decade of understanding that you have that's different than mine, I think.
Oh yeah, dude. And also, what's really weird is like I'm really dumb, but
okay,
it's like obviously I know.
You look pretty smart.
Yeah, dude. I look like I know how to read with these glasses on. No, but it's weird because it's like when I go into. I'm completely losing my train of thought. This is very funny. You're
just gonna keep talking.
Get it eventually. This is what bombing feels like on stage. By the way,
okay.
It's right now. You're like, something there. Yeah. No, but I grew up Facebook time, and it was weird, kind of going into like middle school when like Snapchat was a thing.
Yeah.
That was the weirdest one. It was like my parents didn't let me get Snapchat.
Yeah, because it was all dick pics and stuff like that.
Like, Jason, you want to send pictures of your wiener? Huh? You're trying to send your pictures of the...
That was the thing, actually. Snapchat had the negative stigma when it first came out about being
because it was literally oh gosh. It was called peekaboo, and that's what the intended purpose was. It's because like the founder of Snapchat was like trying to get ladies to send him pictures, and it was like they were like, I don't know, it's gonna be on the internet forever. It's like, what if I made an app where it would disappear after a viewing?
Is that a real story?
Yeah, that's real, dude. You can fact check me, dude. Like that's because that's the crazy thing because like I got really deep when I was going into college about like because I still think like tech is really interesting to me.
Me too. Yeah.
He
was like when
Evan Spiegel.
Yeah, he was the youngest billionaire at the time because of Snapchat. I'm pretty sure, one of them.
I think now the youngest one's like a EV guy, right? Like electric vehicle person, right?
Really? I don't know.
I think it was a 19-year-old. I think it just happened.
Okay, interesting. I don't know about that, but that would make sense.
Yeah, dude. No, but it is wild. Yeah, because like with that, it was just like you kind of company ideas come out of a lot of really weird places. And it's just kind of cool to hear those stories.
Yeah.
Like Napster, the guy wanted to make a mixtape for a lady. Apparently, a lot of people were started companies to try to get ladies.
If you listen to or if you read the book Think and Grow Rich, there's actually a whole section in it about sexual energy.
Yeah, dude.
To drive you.
That's it. Like Mark Zuckerberg was trying to just get some.
Yeah.
And that's so he's like, I'm freaking make $1 billion. He's like trying to go get a lady.
Yes, it's a driver for sure. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It's like. That was part of that book. I was like, "Whoa, that's weird."
I did think it was out of place.
It was weird. It was weird.
Okay, this is 1940. This is definitely written.
It was like, well, you see, if you get a hot secretary, your business will go through the roof. Yes. Your 10x profits.
They actually did talk about the secretaries.
And dude is freaking oh man. Oh my gosh! So what's the billionaire that Carnegie? So they said that's what Carnegie did. He had a hot secretary, even though he was married.
Yeah.
He's like, that's the reason for my success, and he didn't credit his actual wife.
Yeah.
They were like, it's friggin' this hot broad over here, not my wife who has supported me for years and been with him. Like, it's friggin' this hot chick that I hired.
That was an interesting.
That's what's missing from this podcast. Okay,
sexual energy.
we need hot ladies running the cameras.
Yes.
Okay, come on.
That's the next upgrade that we need to get.
Okay, we need some new sponsors here. We're gonna be sponsored by Hooters coming up. We're through the roof profits.
Yeah, or Burla Bees, which is right across the street.
Dude. I did stand up there.
Oh yeah, they're doing. Colby's been
doing a mic. Yeah, dude, it's fun. I went and did like 25 there.
25
minutes.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
nice.
dude. And I like had no idea how much time I had, and I was just like, oh, let's just freaking go up.
Have you ever done 25 before?
No, dude.
Okay. Did you have enough material?
I was just winging it. That's like what's really kind of cool about comedy is like you kind of can like because I had a bunch of ideas I wanted to talk about, and then it was just nice to have an opportunity in a longer form to then just be able to do it.
Yeah.
Because like right now, like I'm kind of a plebeian in terms of like getting booked and stuff. I'm like an open micer.
Yeah.
I am on a show on the 10th, and I'm actually doing Comedy Works in Denver on. I got my new talent night, so that's pretty fun.
Good stuff, man.
So. It was kind of cool because usually, like, the most time you'll get at, like, an open mic is, like, 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's pretty much,
and it's like, I did 5 of those.
Yeah.
And I just, like, was like, oh, cool, I have that much material.
And you're surrounding yourself, we talked about before the podcast that you're living in a house with comedians.
Yeah, dude. Just surrounded by talent. Yeah. That's what's really crazy. Yeah. It's like, they're really good.
Yeah,
like,
they're going to see you on this podcast and be like, why am I not on the podcast?
They're like, dude, come on. Who do you think you're hot stuff, Jason? Huh? Who do you think you are? No, no, but with the comedy house is what we have named ourselves. It's like really great. It's
why
like,
aren't you guys doing like social media influencer house with comedy?
We're kind of doing a better version of like the Cloud House.
Okay.
With less insufferable people.
Okay.
So we're like a better version. No, if we
especially being comedians, like
yeah, it's like I think honestly, I think one of the biggest things I need to work on is just getting content out. Like
let me come over and just film.
Dude,
for
that would be fun, dude. Dude, like documentary style.
Yeah,
dude, it's just wild at the house. It's like we're just like me and Luke are just like watching a TV show and we're just like murdering with each other. We're just like saying funny things and it's like it's always on. It's because we're always trying to like one up the other person.
Yeah.
So then it makes you funnier, and then like you kind of like are just rattling off each other, and then like we also do like writing sessions sometimes, and it's really fun. It's like a really good thing, especially if you're like an artistic thing, being around other artistic people. It's really cool.
It's good energy for sure.
Oh yeah,
and it's definitely providing the right environment, I think, for you guys to grow yourselves.
Oh, dude, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because the thing is also, it's like when one of us has a success, it's like genuinely like we like make fun of each other all the time. We poke the bear. I like I'm like we're like making fun of each other all the time. But like genuinely, like when one of us like gets booked or does something, it's like almost everyone is there to like support, which is like all jokes aside, very very valuable. And like that's the thing with a lot comedy.
Yeah, because it can be hard for comedians to come up. You know,
literally, it's like if you look at like the rates of depression and like all that stuff and like with comedians and like substance abuse too, it's like even with like super successful people, like that's a thing. And it's because I think a lot of the times they don't have that backbone community, because I know that you know like stuff can hit the fan and I know that I can call on those guys to like help me out, and that they're still there, and they're fans. We're all fans of each other. Like I want Thad to succeed. I want Charlie to succeed. I want John to succeed. I want Luke to succeed. And we all like rooting for each other. And like, dude, it's like even at like 3Es, it's like the first time I even got like nominated for like best set of the night, it was because Thad went in and advocated for me. And was like, dude, he did good. Like, I'm serious. And like, the host was like, what? Are you serious? Because I was bombing all the time because I was new. And then he was like, wait, really? And he was like, yeah. And then
was it Marcus?
It was Mike Hammock. So
nice.
But yeah, it was like
he I was sitting in the front row. He made a joke about my hair when I had the hair.
Yeah, dude, he's really. That's also one of the crazy things is he's like crazy talented too, and he's like now it was really crazy.
He feels like he's already a famous comedian. There's something about him. I don't know.
Dude, it's like. It's kind of weird when like you kind of become a peer with like someone that you look up to a ton. Like that was like the thing with like Marcus and Mike. Because like my first ever open mic, Marcus was hosting, and I was like freaking out. And then he like saw me like get like good, which is also a really cool progression to have. But
for sure,
yeah, with Mike. Yeah, it is weird because he's been around the block, so he's like a person that I call upon a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm probably gonna go talk to him about like, hey, what are some things that I should be prepared for with like my new talent night set, and like what should I do, and like I have like a lot of that's the thing. Was like Colorado Springs, it's a lot different than like LA or these other comedy scenes because it's kind of a closer community. Even like Brian Sullivan was on this,
yeah,
and he kind of saying that same thing. It's really cool. Like,
yeah.
It's like I think for the most part we were all, like obviously there's drama, but like it's we're all rooting for each other. Like I would be stoked if anyone from Colorado Springs got a Netflix special. Like I would be like the number one fan of like so
so that's interesting because Colorado Springs was the first comedy community I ever really like got into. So I don't know what the other communities are really like when it comes to comedy, and that actually makes perfect sense because in the business community, in Colorado Springs, it's the same way.
Oh yeah.
So it's
dude. Like you got like that's also been really cool, and it's kind of cool that I have like the kind of these two hats that I get to wear. I have like this comedy hat and I have a business hat, which is really fun because it's like almost like so like I can think of like 3 comedians right now that also run their own businesses and like do that too.
I think every comedian should LLC themselves.
Oh, you're completely right. Yeah, and that was like what Eric from 3E said too. It's like you got to figure out like how can you keep sure like also because like, if you like make a lot of money doing comedy and then you don't pay your taxes, you will go to legitimate prison.
I know, isn't that crazy?
You will go to jail.
They'll throw you in. Okay, they'll give you warnings first, but
but you can go to actual jail if you're getting like paid like.
But what's cool about
$300 in a night, like 3 nights a week.
What's cool about that though is like a lot of that is an expense. It's like when you doing those open mics, you could probably write that off as
gas
an expense.
Mileage, like
not just gas mileage, but like. While you're there, I mean, you're training. It's to develop yourself.
Dude. You're freaking like expensing alcohol.
Okay, you can't expense alcohol.
No, that's like why I think a lot of people.
I would like to because I think it would help with your juices.
It was. Hey man, it's a performance enhancer.
Yeah, exactly.
I disagray with that. By the way, I'm a big fan of going into sets sober too.
You should probably go into sets
for
sober
a while.
Sure.
I think like you should be like really good. Like
we have a right error. Something will happen.
Right error. It's better than the left error.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. And
coming back in.
Coming in hot.
Yeah. Then we're talking about Mike Hammock and Hammocks.
Yes, we actually haven't even brought up your business yet. So, let's go into the business side of stuff. And there's a few questions actually that I was thinking of. Mm-hmm. You being a young person, probably the youngest guest we've had on the show, 21 years young.
Yeah, baby.
You're already reading books like Think and Grow Rich. Like that's awesome.
Yep.
So what drives you to want to do business?
Oh, okay. That's a good question. I don't know. I kind of was always a terrible employee, which is like a lot of the times a bad thing. But like I kind of was like I really wanted to work for myself,
especially if like you're doing a job that's like really important.
Oh, dude, yeah. So I'm like because I always would like I'd hate it when I would find a better way of doing something and then it wouldn't get used. It would like drive me crazy, and I like hated it. And that's been something that I have kind of had to put my ego aside a little bit, and like with a lot of like these mentorship people that go and like mentor me. Like I have a guy named Brian Chickowitz who's a really big business mentor of mine, and like he's kind of taken me under his wing and like helped me a lot and kind of directing me in the business world. And that's been really cool. So the reason I wanted to go into business is I kind of always had the bug, right? My dad ran car lots when I was a kid. He was a car salesman and ran his own car lots and did that. He kind of had that entrepreneurship thing, like made me go read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, all those books, kind of instilled that into me. And also my mom is also, she doesn't really think of herself as like an entrepreneur, but she runs her own, she's a therapist and like she runs her own business too.
Nice.
But like she's just like, I just do my job and I just very she's good at working, so then that makes the business run, which is really kind of cool.
Yeah.
But then I kind of just had the bug. The first business I started was when I was in high school. I started flipping sneakers.
Nice.
I would basically look at all the prices when I should have been, actually paying attention because I like barely got into college. I had like a 2.4 GPA.
Okay.
So I was like right there. And
Were you listening to a lot of Gary Vee?
Yeah, dude, freaking Gary. Yeah, a little bit, little nice. Gary Vee in me. No, but I would like look up like prices of sneakers, and I would like kind of like dive into that, and I would just flip sneakers for a while, and that's like I would just make money. That was like my like little job.
Nice.
And then I also helped my buddy Simeon, and also my co-founder of Ocean Connection, which is my business. we ran.
Is that the hammock business?
No, that's Ocean Connection is like my. It's an e-commerce service. So pretty much what it is, it's like a multi-vendor marketplace for like small businesses to list their products online. And we're kind of like this website that people can go create profiles and then put their products into.
So helping people move into the online space.
Yes, as
easily
as possible. And then like we have a bunch of services to help them like optimize like their sales funnels and all that stuff, which is really cool. It's like the reason I wanted to start that company is because like I have a bunch of ideas and I'm like I want to sell merch for comedy and I want to sell hammocks and I want to sell stickers and water bottles and I want to do like a fitness brand. And there's all because basically. When I was in college and I was like coming up with I knew I wanted to start a business and drop out, which is kind of a weird thing because I was like, that's the typical
story, right?
Yeah, it's like I thought I was Mark Zuckerberg. I'm like, dude, I'm Mark Zuckerberg. I'm a genius. I'm gonna make a bajillion dollars. And then I was like, I'm definitely not Mark Zuckerberg. And then it was kind of like humbling. But I really just had a bunch of ideas, and I was like, if I'm going to have a thing that I'm going to carry with me, like if like 15 years out, like a business, like I want that business to be able to shift and move with the times. There's always going to be outside factors that are going to impact the business, and that I just have to be prepared for that. So like let's say I'm selling hammocks, right? But I'm selling it in Colorado during the wintertime, right? We have a down season right now. So I need to figure out a way, like I can't just fire everyone if I have employees. I need to figure out a way that I can move into a different product space and then have maybe a supplemental thing. Like maybe I go sell like winter hammocks like with an insertable sleeping bag and then like something that's like adaptable, right? So like there's things like that. Or I'd be selling like ski jackets or like ski poles
For
or
sure,
something.
yeah.
Like you kind of like, I wanted to be able to have the freedom to be able to do those things and shift and move.
Or even, just... change your marketing target to Tahiti.
Yeah.
or somewhere warm.
Yes. Yeah. Like Texas or California or any of that stuff and just kind of figure out other creative solutions. And that's kind of what I like wanted to do. And I kind of had the idea. It started off as drop and shop. Okay. And I had like a little piggy bank and like did that. And it was while I was still in college. And then I basically, I was at college for one semester, had the idea, pitched it in a class, didn't even win the pitch competition, which is really funny. I got like 7th in my class for the pitch competition in the class. So
what was the class?
It was like this entrepreneurship class.
Nice.
So it was a really good class, a really good course. But what's really kind of weird is like I saw like a bunch of like people like be like, yeah, like the teachers would be like, yeah, this is a business that's gonna do these things, and then like they're not around and I'm around, which is just really weird.
Who's not around? The ones
like
that
the other companies that were.
Well, the whole thing about entrepreneurship is literally like it's the person who's starting the idea that really keeps things going. I mean, did you see what happened to Apple when Jobs left? I mean,
yeah. Well, I guess they're still $1 trillion company.
Yeah,
and they're still.
Well, I mean, in the 90s when he left.
Oh yeah, dude.
He brought it back. The reason they're $1 trillion company is because he came back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot he's dead. So.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, he left twice.
Yeah, he did leave twice. Yes.
Yeah. No, but it was just kind of weird. It's like I think it's really like if I'm gonna tell someone like a piece of like business advice. Right, like coming out of college, someone wants to start a business. It's going to sound super cliche, but it's literally just grit and just sticking with it and find like as soon as you solve a problem, just like keep going and just control the things within your sphere of influence, which is another big thing. I read a lot of Stoic philosophy as well.
Yeah,
I'm a big reader. So you kind of like you put things in like 2 buckets, right, for your like your business or your life or whatever. It's like things that are within your control and then things that are without your control. How can you just impact the things that are within your control?
Exactly. Yeah. And that's actually something I had to do just last week. I had a bunch of things that I was worried about, but I literally couldn't do nothing about them. So I was like, I'm only going to focus on the things that I can do about, and that's what I did. So
that's like I would say probably the biggest thing that I've learned from probably 18 to 21 is that. Like just like being like, hey, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to go wrong, go bad, things are going to suck. All you have to do is control your little bubble and do that as best as you can.
And wherever your focus is. And that actually plays a lot with the where was I going with that? The basically the positive mindset versus the negative mindset, the higher vibration versus the lower vibration, you know, kind of.
Yeah.
If you're focusing on those, you're going to attract more of that negative stuff, and it's just going to compile. But if you're, and it's like, don't be delusional, but like,
it's a hard balance. That's sort of the things for me. As freaking 21-year-old kid that's like starting all these companies, it's like I have to keep my ego in check and like be like, hey, what's going on here? Like that's like what like people that like you want to have like people that keep you in check.
Yes,
which is something
Marcus helps keep me in check sometimes. So
that's good. That's good.
I remember I was at his house like a couple weeks ago. Like it's about to leave, and I was like, I'm gonna be the blah blah blah, and everyone's like, okay, maybe calm down a little bit.
Like take your time. Yeah, and also just like patience is huge, and also being able to like work hard. I actually asked Gary Vee a question on Good Morning America, and that was it. It was like, how can you tell if you're being patient or if you're being lazy? Because it's like...
Was it a vocal question?
Yeah, so I tweeted it. I tweeted it to Good Morning America, and he answered it on air.
Nice.
It was really cool. So, and it was like, that was like the perfect question for me to hear. And he's like, he was like, the answer is that you already know.
Yeah.
You already know. Go ask some people around you. And I was like, oh, yeah, you're definitely right.
Yeah.
And I was like,
what was the question again?
It was like, how can you tell if you're being patient or if you're being lazy in regard to like your business? And that was like the question. It was like, you should have people that put checks on you, but also deep down inside, you know if you can be working harder or things that you can be doing differently. So yeah, it's like that patience piece is really tough for me because I'm like very hyperactive, high energy, you know, kind of, I'm ADHD.
Me too.
So yeah, dude, dude, that's how we do it. No, but like, I love hopping from thing to thing, and it makes like also writing stand up really tough because you got to just like sit down and like do that. Or if I have like if I'm doing Google SEO or something, or I'm sending emails, it's really tough for me to like focus.
And you'll get ideas and you'll want to chase them.
Yeah.
And then you realize that it'll be a distraction. And that's
dude.
something that I've realized I had to do just yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm starting a game development company.
Yeah.
And that's going to be my main focus along with my video production company, where that's what's going on. But my main focus is going to be game development for business specifically. And yesterday I was like I want to grow this podcast, but I also want to franchise it and grow it into different cities as well. Like
that's a great idea.
I was like literally like for like 5 minutes.
It's a great niche too.
5 minutes. I was about to start the Kansas City Business Podcast and I would, and like this is an idea I've had boiling, but yesterday I was actually about to execute on it. I was about to find a host because it's going to be all automated, someone out there, and I was about to organize it. And as automated as I could make it, it still would be way too distracting, and I had to cool that idea out. Like I had to okay, no, Andrew, it's exciting as this is.
Yeah. It's like the shiny thing. That's
because if I did that and I was like, if I was leading the project, I could start getting business out in Kansas City as well too. So it just
and then you would have like a referral system for like your video production company.
Yeah.
And you'd get those like warm leads because they're like, oh, I was on the podcast. Actually, I work with the guy that runs this business and he does video production. You should talk to him about an ad or
exactly. Yeah. And so I thought it would be like a really good move to help expand my business. I mean, if I really wanted to frame it right, I could just be like, this is work for Vehement Visuals or whatever, you know.
Yeah. You kind of also, one of the tough things is you also kind of have to not like convince yourself that it's a good idea. That's something I realize I do a lot of time. I'm like, oh no, this is intentional work because I want it to be. And then I kind of, one of the things
you can justify anything.
Yeah, you can. And like I have to kind of be really self-critical, and that's the thing I need to get better at. But the thing that was a huge tip for me is I have started to structure my days differently. So it's like I'll have deep work sessions, and I'll like have my first hardest work session at the beginning of the day, whether that's me doing like sales calls.
They call that eating the frog.
Eating the frog, yes. And then like the thing is I'll focus on like one task, like whether that's like me emailing or running a click campaign or doing Google SEO for a business, and I'll like
you need to talk to Marcus after this because he's looking for someone.
Oh, sick, dude! Yeah,
to do because he runs a marketing company, Recon Marketing. Shout out!
Oh, sweet!
And they're expanding really big, and he's needing If I'm correct, right? Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I do Google SEO. Yeah,
Nice.
So I do Google
exactly
SEO and like,
right?
yeah, dude. This is why business communities are great because you have these people that it's like, hey, dude, I have a thing that you can do, and you just kind of get those get momentum.
Yeah. And sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off,
dude. No, this is great.
Yeah.
No, but like we were saying about like the deep work session. So I'll like focus on one task for the first 4 hours, but like I'll know in my brain that I'll be like, I could do this thing instead of me going off on like the tree.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You can like,
I can't. Dude, I just spit everywhere. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I talk with vigor, dude. I am passionate. I'm like, rah!
Don't say the V word, man.
Passionate?
Vigor.
There's a V. There's a V. I swear. Dude, I'm gonna get canceled right now.
I'm glad that made you laugh.
Dude, that's the hardest I've laughed on a podcast I think ever, dude. That's so funny. No, but like no, but you like go off on the tree, right?
Yes.
And then like you have like the side project thing, but like I literally have a separate notepad that I use to keep track of like those ideas and things, and I'll write
it down,
and I'll write it down, and then
think
I'll
of it
write
later.
back.
Yes, good
and then
idea.
I'm right back. So
like that.
And then it's like it scratches that itch in my head because like usually what I'm afraid of is like I'm gonna forget it. That's the same thing with also comedy.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I'm gonna forget it, which is something I totally struggle with. Because like I'll write a joke down and then I'll like lose it. Like that's what I did for a while, but now it's like if I have even a premise, I'm like opening my phone and I like open the notes app and I talk into my phone and then I get it.
Yeah, if you talk into your phone, you rehearse it on video, you record it, you do it on stage 4 times, it's gonna be in your head.
Oh yeah.
But like at first though, you could lose it though.
Oh yeah, it's like you just like I try to go from idea to something on a piece of paper or on a phone.
Well, that's where things get really worked out.
Yeah.
I mean, because in ideas they do get lost, like
yeah.
And like they're not even fully thought out. Like ideas are not even fully thought out until you start writing them. I feel.
Yeah.
Something I think Jordan Peterson would probably agree because he's like he probably would disagree. He'd say you still need to edit it about 1,000 times.
Oh yeah, but also there's also a thing with comedy that kind of grinds my gears. Is there's a lot of people that kind of become these like perfection artists as an excuse for not like trying new material. It's like your joke is like never gonna be perfect when you go and write it and edit because you don't know where the laugh necessarily is going to happen in your setup, right? Because sometimes when I'll tell a joke and the premise will get a laugh and I can't plan for that, but like there's a certain amount of just like going from idea to stage as fast as possible is good.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And then also it's like you just can be okay. You can take the joke behind the barn and shoot it if it sucks. Like which I've done with a couple jokes, which is also really really funny. Which is like it's very funny. It's a thing that I would not wish upon like my worst enemy is like, oh, this is really funny. This is great. And then it doesn't do good at all.
Yeah.
You just have to be like, oh. That's like it's like this part of you that you're sharing to the world, and then it just gets like crushed.
Yeah,
it is like the endurance tester, like it's just like telling a joke and they're like, well, oh crap.
Well, there's also crowds too. I mean, some crowds just suck. Did you see? It's an old video. It's basically the video that got Bill Burr like popular.
Oh, in Philadelphia.
Where he's just roasting Philadelphia.
He's like Sylvester Stallone's not even real.
The Rocky isn't real. Yeah.
Rocky's not real.
Sylvester
Stallone doesn't exist. Okay, we're spreading misinformation on this podcast. He's not. Doesn't exist.
Exactly.
Don't say that. It's just like there are some crowds that suck, but if you listen to that set, that is like the worst crowd ever.
That's what I was saying. Yeah,
that was like a really bad crowd. He did good.
Yeah, that's why he was so mad because he was like, just everyone was booing people and like it was just like a horrible,
And that's the thing.
And he went all like I'm your dad on them.
Yeah, but
the whole crowd.
But the thing that I think a lot of comedians give themselves a cop out when they say there's a bad crowd, and they like use that as an excuse of like, oh, the crowd sucks. It's like, no, you stink. Get better. Like that's the thing because like there could be a room full of like there was this one day at 3's there was like packed house, right? And there was like comics that normally do good and we just bombed, and then I went up and I also bombed. And then like everyone was agreeing, like, "Ah, man, the room sucks." It's like, no, I need to fix something with my jokes, and I need to take ownership of it.
I like
because
that.
if you defer that ownership and you're like, the crowd sucks, you're not going to get better.
Yeah.
Like I needed to really take a long, hard look at every single one of my jokes, and I did. And then I did the same set in a different way, and it worked. And the jokes that I wanted to hit were a little tighter, and it's like I take that as like there's a comedian named Mark Normand. He says like bombing is information. Like when you're doing bad, it's information. And it's really kind of cool with comedy is it's also kind of helped me with sales and like being able to talk with people.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, dude. Like there's a lot of comedians that got their start in sales of some kind.
Makes sense. Yeah.
It really ties in well, which is
well, I think business and comedy are so similar, and
it scratches the same itch for me. It's really cool. I love them both, and
it's very scary, and you're risking. I mean, I guess there's more risk with entrepreneurship. Like the biggest risk you have with comedian is people laughing at you, but that's what you want.
It's people not laughing
not laughing at you,
not laughing at that.
Exactly.
But it's like I feel like the pain is like it's very similar for when like you're trying a new thing in business and that project fails. That's like a mini bomb, like a mini you're doing bad. It's like it's this. And also what's crazy is like I feel bad for my poor mother, this like doing these two things. One of them by themselves is crazy, right? Like doing comedy by itself and like telling your mom like, "Oh yeah, I do stand-up comedy." She's like, "What are you doing, Jason?" It's,
yeah.
And then also starting a business, she's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah,
like that is something that I don't think that kind of like not being afraid to take the leap is very similar with comedy. Because there's like so many people I know that say like, "Oh, I'm really funny," and then it's like, have you done stand up? Like, no, it's different.
Yeah, there's different kinds of comedians.
Different funny. Yeah.
Different kinds of funny. Yeah. Yes, you can be the most hilarious on YouTube, but
that's a good point.
If it's hard, but not everyone can do stand up. But a lot of times it does translate well. Casey Frey, are you familiar with that guy?
That sounds familiar.
He does a lot of skits on like Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, have you heard of Trevor Wallace? Yeah, kind of the same thing.
Trevor Wallace, it sounds familiar.
He's the Bang Energy guy.
Bang Energy.
He's like, "Bang Energy!" He made a lot of skits. I saw. Well, the reason why is because he like was really well known for his skits, and then he transitioned into stand up after his skits went viral, and he had a huge social media following.
And that's a smart move, I think.
Yeah.
And Casey Frey was just touring like a small little tour recently.
Yeah,
so
that's sweet. Yeah, I need to check him out more.
Yeah, he cracks me up. He does the There's a few of them. If I sent you a couple, you'll probably know who
that'd be
it
great.
Is. But
but yeah, it's like you kind of like have this new kind of comedian also too. What's happening is because like this is another really interesting thing because I come from a business background and then I went into comedy a little bit after. Obviously, I'm still 21, so
I know it's crazy, dude.
But like me being able to look at,
but you look 35.
I look like a 1940s bully. I will put you in the locker.
You see?
Yeah, I like how I turned into Mr. Krabs. But like going into comedy from like the business background, it's like what the reality of, as much as comedians don't want to say this, what actual comedy club owners want to book you is if you are going to sell.
That's true.
Are you going to drive actual cash flow into their business? Because they do run businesses.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's like they have to. If you have a headliner, you want that headliner to fill the room. So you're trying like for a lot of people get mad at like a lot of actors that go and do stand up like after. Like a good example would be like Jeremy Piven, right?
Yeah. That's who I was trying to think of last time. Our last comedian that we had on.
Yeah.
He was talking about an actor that was a comedian now, and it was Jeremy
Piven.
So that was about a month late, but I figured
he went and did 3 E's, and like he kind of started doing comedy late, like after he got his like break acting. And a lot of people were like, well, like he's not that good at stand up. But the thing is, he sells, so he's gonna get those opportunities. So
even if he isn't good, it doesn't.
He sells,
and
that's what like people wanted to see. Like when my dad saw that Jeremy Piven was there, he went and sent it to me and was like, "Oh, you should try to go." And like my dad knew who Jeremy Piven was.
Yeah, it brings awareness. See, I didn't know who he was, but people do.
Yeah, it's because Entourage is pretty popular for a show.
Oh, it was Entourage. I thought it was Sopranos.
Entourage, yeah. That'd be really weird if Sopranos actor is a comic. Yeah. Joey Diaz. Yeah, he was in he was in like the new Sopranos reboot.
Okay.
do.
But yeah, there's that. I had a thought when you were talking about how like a joke doesn't work. Another good way to test jokes too is something that I've noticed doing a lot of YouTube videos, doing a lot of videos, because sometimes I'll try to work jokes into them.
Oh, that's smart.
When you record it and then like you actually listen back, you're like, that didn't sound as funny as I thought it did in my head. You know, so it's like just record it and then like listen back and edit.
Oh
it,
yeah, dude. That's actually really smart. That's probably like, so what I did is I usually have like a microphone in my room that I go and I'll record my set and I'll talk through my entire set and I'll be like, okay, at this timestamp, this is where I had a laugh. This is also super nerdy, and it might be very uninteresting for people.
Yeah.
No, but so I'll mark when, like, in my set, I'm expecting a laugh, and I try to have a laugh every, like, 8 seconds about. So when I'm timing it out, I try to figure out, okay, this is a funny thing, this is a funny thing, this is a funny thing, this is a funny thing. And I try to go through my entire 10-minute set, and I try to figure out how can I get those laughs in those, like, little boxes.
Yeah, especially, like, if you have more than 8 seconds of no laughs, is that bad?
Well, it depends. Because it's like if you listen to like Dave Chappelle's,
there's
like,
a lot
newest,
of flow. Yes,
it's like it's interesting and it's a different animal.
Well, a lot of Dave Chappelle has turned into like George Carlin type of comedy, where it's more just like preaching.
That is very
something
true.
I've noticed. It's still funny, but
it's interesting. It's more interesting than it is like quote unquote funny. It's not like I wouldn't like tell that joke to my mom.
Yeah,
it's more just like you need that delivery and that sort of commentary and culture. It's more like just and like that's like I don't know like if that's where my comedy will end up, and it might. But honestly, like right now,
I mean, as you get old, it's gonna get there. Probably.
I'll probably try to use my platform to like go talk about some form of greater philosophy.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, but like right now, I'm just like, freaking, my mom's mean to me, huh, guys? And then I'll just like do jokes.
Do you have a therapist joke about her?
Dude, I do. I
yes.
do. It is a very weird upbringing.
Okay.
Like having your mom be a therapist.
Yeah,
like,
I could imagine.
Like it's like that's probably why I do comedy. That's very strange. Like it's very weird growing up like with your mom being a therapist. It's because like any little thing got like psychoanalyzed. Like for like the most part, like my mom thought I was a narcissist because like I didn't say like I didn't ask for things, I just did them, and I was like, Mom, I'm 7. I'm 7 years old. Like, I am not a narcissist. I just wanted a cookie.
I just wanted a cookie.
I wanted to go.
When you said I just wanted a cookie and laugh right there, you sounded like Archer. Like I don't know why, it just sounded.
I just wanted a cookie.
There.
Oh, dude, I can do John H. Benjamin. Dude, we're getting bits on this podcast, dude. I'm running bits.
Do some more Archer.
Oh gosh, what's the girl's name?
Lana.
Get over here, Lana.
There you go. Nice.
Lana.
That's
not bad.
You already said phrasing earlier.
I did say phrasing.
So now we're figuring out you could go into voice acting.
No, dude. Like that's another thing that's also kind of cool. Like some people have said I should like do acting. Too.
Okay.
Which honestly, it's like. This is another thing going back to like biting off more than I could chew. Like, yeah, I could. I think like one of my big things and one of my biggest influences is a guy named Shane Gillis.
I just yeah.
So
just talking about him yesterday.
Oh,
he's coming to town in March. Tim Dillon's actually coming to Denver on my birthday, which is March 26th.
Shane Gillis is. There's no way.
Someone told me that just yesterday, so I didn't check it.
I will fight to the death to open for him. I will. You know the chick that did the thing with the ice skate.
I don't know.
There's an ice skater that before the Olympics they like slashed the person, and then to get the spot on the Olympic team.
They cut them?
Yeah, they cut them with the ice skate.
Hold on.
That's what I'm going to do to open for Shane Gillis.
I have no idea what happened there, but yeah.
No,
okay.
It's Tanya Harding. Yeah, so it's Olympic story.
Okay.
Marcus knows what's up. He gets it.
See, I'm actually really confused about the Olympics. It says it's every 4 years, but every year I see it. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah, I think it's because of COVID made it weird. Because there also is World Championships and then the Olympics.
Okay.
So there's World Championships every year, and then there's Olympics every 4 years.
Okay. I've always been confused about that. It's like, are they lying to me?
Yeah,
like,
a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit. Yeah. The reason I know that because I follow Olympic wrestling.
Okay.
I do.
Nice.
I follow that.
Okay, because you wrestled in
Yeah,
high school,
dude,
right?
I wrestled.
You're a wrestler.
That is like I think I need to go do like Taekwondo or not Taekwondo, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I think I should get into it probably.
I know a few trainers.
Oh, sweet, dude. Yeah. No, that would be fun because I loved wrestling. It was really fun. No, but yeah, also, like I will say this about wrestling. It's like there's a Dan Gable quote, and it's like once you wrestle, everything in life is easy. Like wrestling is really hard, and that kind of bringing that mentality into like every aspect of my life has been something that I'm like beyond grateful for.
I'd probably say that for a lot of martial arts. Huh?
Oh yeah, it's grit. Like when we're talking,
I don't know if wrestling is a martial art. I would say it is, right?
Oh, I don't think it's a martial art, but it's definitely a combat thing.
Yeah.
Like freaking Gaethje was a college wrestler, Justin Gaethje at UNC. But yeah, it's like it like made me be able to do hard things, like, and be able to switch that brain.
And push through it.
Yeah, it's like when things suck, it's like, okay, I can work 20% harder and I'll get there.
And that's the whole thing about entrepreneurship and why everyone gives up, or most people do give up, is because those hard times come, and usually you can make it through the first one, but it's like they're gonna keep coming. You know? Like,
it's like you got to keep a level head and just keep pushing through. Like that's been like kind of the thing with like my business. It's like you just keep chipping away, like every day. It's like you have this. It's like a mountain, and like you're just trying to make your way up the mountain. And sometimes you roll down, and then sometimes this bad thing happens, and you just have to find those like little baby wins every single day.
It's so funny you say that because you know I said I'm making a game development. I'm making a game development company for business. Well, I'm gonna make a video game for my business, Demon Visuals, the video production company, and the video game is going to be a mountain climbing game, actually. And at the top of it, you actualize your vision, you know, kind of at the top of it. But there's gonna be like demons on the way up that you have to fight. Yeah. And then you're gonna have magic, because why not?
Screw you. That's what I imagine. Because it's cool.
Yeah, exactly. And so you start out with no magical powers. You literally start from the bottom, and then like you can like develop your magical powers kind of as you go up. You kind of like choose your tree.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And but it's a rock climbing game too. So it's like it hopefully will.
Is it in VR?
It could be. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I haven't made the game yet.
Oh yeah.
But I've conceptualized it though.
That's cool. You visualized, man. Yeah. Dude, freaking like programming is like tough, dude. That was something I learned about myself. Is that I cannot program.
Okay.
It's like I probably could, but it's like, what are the things you want to focus on in terms of your like energy? And I'm like, oh gosh, dude.
Yeah.
No, it's
I'm excited about it.
Dude, that's good, dude.
Yeah.
Like, do you have any like programming experience?
Yeah, I've experience with doing the Hello World stuff, and like that's like the intro stuff. Did that a long time ago, but I also programmed a Space Invaders game when I was in high school. When I was like 17 or 18, and like I downloaded it on this computer that I found on the side of a road. My little brother found it on the side of a road and brought it back, and I fixed it.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's like I fixed it. I don't know.
That's fun.
I think it just needed like a Windows reboot or something. I don't remember what it was, but it was something I was able to do. And this is where I downloaded like a music programming software. It's called Fruity Loops, actually. Soulja Boy used it. A lot of people have actually used it.
Fruity Loops.
Fruity Loops, yeah. Fruit Loops, I think, actually. I don't know. But and then like I programmed like a Space Invaders game, and I made the bullets like one of my friend's head. And so, like, I was just shooting my friend's head. I don't know.
That's funny.
Weird.
Yeah, dude, it's like those funny things that, like, you are kind of, like, fun. Like, when I was, like, first, like, figuring out how to program, I would, like, I would make it. I got when I was doing, like, programming, and I was, like, trying to, like, do different things, I would, like, make little games. So, like, I would, like, make the task, like, funny to me. So, like, I would make it so, like, anytime you pressed a key, it would just type out the word boobs. And I would, like,
nice.
And I would just, like, put that on my friend's computer. He was like, no, dude, I'm trying to write my paper. And, yeah, it's very funny.
That's good stuff.
It's like finding like those little things to like get
well, that's what drives you. I mean, you think of those projects, and then you complete that, and while you're completing it, you're learning all this stuff. Like you learn so much about programming
by just doing,
making boobs, you know.
By making funny, goofy things.
Yeah. And so that's kind of the idea behind that with me is like. I'm very familiar with lots of complex software, so that kind of has my brain's already in the mindset of
video editing.
Video editing is technically programming if you think about it. If you break it down to its essence, you're programming this video to do what you want inside the software.
That's really cool.
And so there's that aspect of it. But with video editing, I did audio engineering for a while. I did animation for a while, and animation is programming in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah, they want like very smart guys.
Yeah.
Like I think it's the person that was on Pixar. He created the first 3D model of a hand moving.
Okay.
And that was at like the University of Utah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
And then Steve Jobs scooped him up.
Yeah, dude.
No,
And,
I assume.
yeah.
I don't know.
No, but it's really cool. It's like because like he was like it was like master's level programming, and like that was like the foundation of what everything else in like 3D modeling was like built off of. Was like this guy making this model of this hand.
Yeah.
Basically using all triangles.
Polygons.
Yeah, polygons. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's interesting. All that stuff gets me super excited.
Yeah, it's sweet.
And learning all that stuff and then understanding the last piece is me having a lot of training and understanding in the visual arts. And so understanding how all this stuff works and all those together I think makes it so perfect. Programming is like my weakest out of all of those. But I'm going to really reinforce that. And I think
and also you can hire. That's the
thing.
That's the other thing about like entrepreneurship that like you don't have to be every single piece
you
for
actually
your business.
Shouldn't.
Yeah, you definitely shouldn't. Like there's like a lot of like I have a lot of weak points. It's like with a lot of like Excel and like PowerPoint.
Yeah,
like,
programming might be the first thing I outsource if I do.
And honestly, that's not a bad thing to outsource.
No, it's not. It's actually how you grow. I actually have a goal to be $1 billion valuation in 5 years. So I'm literally my first project is gonna have to jump off outsourcing things if I want to hit that. Like,
oh yeah.
But the first game that I am going to develop for someone, I do want to be hands on most of the whole project, and it's just like I just really want to get that down. And this weekend, actually, I'm going to produce a couple 1 hour games, and 1 hour games is like just games you can make in an hour. Just to show people like, hey,
like
you're
you're basically demonstrating like this is what we could do.
And I did that.
And you're trying to do B2B, like you're trying to do business to business sales.
And and that's the aim and that's the target. And I was going to add training simulators into it, but I'm actually going to focus on this idea of creating games for business development and not training simulators.
So business development, so let's say I'm a business, why should I use this? Why should I use this thing? Like, what's it gonna help my business with?
Well, what's cool is I just made a video last night, so I've worked out this idea.
Oh,
already.
dude, sweet.
So
No, I'm just trying to.
No, the exact video. It starts out with I'm about to tell you exactly how video game development can help your business grow.
Word.
So.
Well, sorry, go check out that video.
No, it's not made yet. I haven't released it yet.
Mean, do something.
It will be released by the time this is released, though. So
no, that's fine. Then we're good. Check it out. It'll be there.
It will be there.
We're doing cross promos right here.
But my point was, it's like I kind of already worked out this idea a little bit. And I definitely already worked it out, but I actually worked it out on a video last night.
That's cool.
So
that's a good way to, that's a good thing. I think, honestly, I would say the biggest thing that I need to do for comedy is I need to really get my content strategy down. Because like I need to figure out how can I be posting video onto TikTok and Instagram and because that's how you grow a following.
As soon as you do that, you said it yourself. I mean, if you can grow your audience on there, you're going to skyrocket past your peers. You know?
Yeah, that's like a really like and also like in terms of time, you want to have a lot of time and make sure that time's really good, and then also have like be really good on the social media side. Yeah. And like those kind of tools in the toolbox, and also like me also having this understanding like Google SEO and like how long is someone viewing a page and doing that stuff for like my website that I'm building for like Jason Alexander Comedy, right? Like I can get all of this data out of that for me to be able to get to my goal, which is 1,000 true fans. I'm guessing you've heard about that. That's my big goal with comedy. Like,
I'm always like, I love it when someone who's as young as you knows all this crap. You know, it's just so awesome.
I'm a big fan of learning, which is really weird that I was so bad at school. Which
it makes sense. I was the same way. Gary Vee was the same way.
Yeah,
you know,
dude. Me and Gary Vee, we're like the same guy. We're the same dude.
Yeah, you and Gary Vee.
Yeah, me and the Gares, as we like to call them affectionately. And it's like when I like got like really, when I was like really trying to figure out like also I'm trying to figure out how to design my life too. That's like the biggest thing what I'm trying to look at for being 21 years old. Like what is like, Jason, what does your ideal day look like? That's a question that I think a lot of people should ask.
I ask that every morning in my document.
That is
and like a journal that I do every morning.
You journal every morning? Good for you,
Well, I don't
dude.
journal every morning. I create a document for every day, and then I kind of build on it. Like I write my purchases.
That's
in it,
smart. That's smart.
Get everything together.
Yeah, I do. I like him. That like because ADHD. Like I have lists. Like this was
lists, yes.
This was on my list, and it's like I'm doing this thing.
I have washable markers that I bought Crayola. And I don't know why I said the brand, but
shout out Crayola. We're trying to get sponsored.
But I got them so that I could write on my walls, and I have lists all around my walls.
That's actually kind of cool. I might do that. Yeah, that's smart. I have whiteboards. I'm a big whiteboard.
Well, the whole wall's a whiteboard.
Shut up, Jason. Why you spend all this money on whiteboards? Just write on the wall with crayon.
Well, it's because when I was your age, I bought a lot of whiteboards. It took me a long time to figure out that you could buy washable markers.
That's actually a good point. Yeah. No, because basically I have like a calendar whiteboard.
Same. It's actually on the ground. I never use it because I have a wall.
Like you write it on the door. Yeah. I need to start. Have you heard about the accountability mirror? You know that? So you have like your notes of like what you want to do, like on the mirror of like goals and all that jazz. Mm-hmm. Do you do that?
I don't. I haven't heard about that actually.
Oh yeah, no. It's basically. I did it for a little bit, but obviously, I kind of hop around from thing to thing, which is tough. And basically, you like have like a note on the mirror, and then you look at that every day. And I did that. I am doing it. I have it on my door. Just kidding.
Nice.
I have an accountability door, so it's like
nice.
I have like a note and like a little sticky note that I put on my door with like a thing, like I have a couple like big don'ts. Mm-hmm. So instead, I've realized kind of for me, it's like if I have things like don't do this thing, it kind of helps me more than like do this thing.
Interesting, because usually people would say the opposite.
Yeah, it's kind of it kind of helps me. So it's like I'm not the kind of person that will miss 2 days at the gym. I don't miss 2 days. That's like my big goal right now. So it's like if I miss a day, you have to go tomorrow, no matter what. You figure out a way to make it happen, right? And like so, I kind of like have like a couple of those big don'ts.
Nice. It keeps you in check.
Or charge. Like I will not charge my phone, in like on the nightstand next to my bed. I do it on the other side.
That's smart actually because you won't wake up scrolling on it.
Yeah,
you have to get up.
I do that. I'm like and then like you just like kind of get into the flow because like I usually like end up just like scrolling on my phone for like an hour. I'm like that's an hour I don't get back, and if that hour's like across like the year, that's 365 hours that I'm never gonna get back. That I'm just like on TikTok goofing around.
Yeah.
Looking at Charlie D'Amelio or whatever.
Yeah.
Like so.
You must be 21 or something.
Yeah, dude. I'm on TikTok. Yeah. And
most people that I know would say Facebook, but you went straight to TikTok.
Yeah. No, but dude, their freaking user flow is crazy good.
For TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll keep you in there. Yeah.
Oh,
it'll lock you in.
You know what's crazy?
Especially if you have ADHD. That's actually a thing. Like if you have ADHD, it's designed for you.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, dude, this is dope, dude. I love it. It's like it literally is. It's designed brilliantly. It's because if you don't like a video, it gives you an action command that literally also like gives you dopamine, and it's also giving you this input, which is also crazy. It's giving you all this,
and you also don't know what's coming next.
Yeah, and you're like, it's a surprise. It's like you're opening a gift 800 times when you're watching all these videos, and then before you know it, you've watched it for like 4 hours.
Yeah, and now you're a junkie.
Yeah, it's literally a drug.
Yeah,
it's
and
crazy.
I do believe that, and I actually noticed something that I did recently.
Yeah.
I've trained my brain. Like I have on my phone. There's the Facebook app. It's on the front page in this folder, and like I noticed while I was like doing this journal session, I was like 10 minutes, do journaling. I noticed I'd randomly pick up my phone, open Facebook, and almost start to scroll. Automatically, without thinking, when I came to a point in my journaling where it was kind of a hard...
Oh, it's like a habit.
When it was kind of like a hard thing to think about or something that I didn't... Like, I would come
You're trying to get that dopamine hit.
Like that, or like... But it would be like automatic. Like, I wouldn't even notice I was doing it until it was already happening.
Dude.
And then so one thing that I did, I was like, I can break this pattern. So I moved that folder like on a different page in my phone.
Yeah.
And now I actually didn't even check my fucking Facebook yesterday at all because it's a thing that's like, it broke that neural pathway that I've trained myself that's so easy to get to right here. And now I just added one step in front of it. And now it's like, it's...
Have you read The Power of Habit?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
and I read the quote unquote sequel, The Atomic Habits. It's written by a different person, but he wrote it as a sequel.
Yeah, no, dude, those are two good books. I read Atomic Habits first.
Nice.
I'm literally like, I'm almost done with The Power of Habit.
Nice.
So,
okay.
I'm reading it literally right now. That's just made me think about it because I'm trying to figure out like how to design my life. That's like my big thing is like I'm trying to figure out how can I design my life to make sure my ideal days are happening more often than not.
Yes, exactly. Like, because you can't have ideal days all the time, but you want to maximize those.
Yeah, it's like, and then I was like figuring out. So it's like my ideal day is I wake up at like 7, head to the gym.
Nice.
Then I go and go there, I go home, shower, and then I drive to the office, and then I go work for 4 hours, and then I take a break and I go to La Casita for lunch. La Casita is my favorite.
Nice. Okay. I'm actually cutting out all restaurants because I noticed.
Good for you, dude.
My last 10 because I've been tracking all my expenses. My last 10 days in January, I spent as much money as I did in the first 20 on food.
Yeah.
So it's because I noticed I ate out like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. I'm freaking like single bachelor. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I'll freaking like I'll spend like, I get the exact same thing. It's $9 and I'm like $9 a day. And I'm like, that's it. I go out for that. I go out for one meal and that's it. And then usually if I want to eat more than that, then I'll go eat like a salad or something at my house. And I have go-to snacks that I'll just like have.
Nice.
And also just my thing is like time saving. So it's like I'd rather just go to La Casita and get it than have to like go cook the chicken all myself.
And if it's trained in your brain, there's no thought process that has to go in it. It's just like automatic for you.
It's like what Warren Buffett does every day. Like Warren Buffett just goes to McDonald's.
Oh yeah,
day.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he like either gets like a number 1, 2, or 3, and his wife just puts that much money on his like card thing.
Yep.
And it's just habit. Mm-hmm. And he has like a very strict regimen.
So I don't have to cook the chicken actually because I cook it.
Dude.
I cook it once and then I have like 3 or 4 days worth of chicken.
Dude.
So I do cook it, but
how long can chicken stay in the fridge for?
Well, you put it in the freezer or the fridge. 3 days, about 3 days.
Oh, okay.
I would assume.
I always did 2 days.
Okay, 2 days is probably safer, but
yeah, dude, you're gonna get salmonella.
No,
you're gonna die.
If it's sitting out, it's in the fridge. If it's room temperature, that's where salmonella grows. And I don't know if that's true, but
dude, you're spreading misinformation. You're spreading misinformation about chicken.
I worked at Hardee's, which is Carl's Jr.'s here, when I was 17.
Yep.
And
so
they had like, because they cook everything fresh.
Yeah.
And we had like
I did not know that.
When they started making chicken, they used to not do that. Like I was there and they brought that into there, and like they would bring fresh chicken. Like you would have to have it in like this ice bath, and then you'd have to like, and like it could only sit on the thing for like it could only sit warm for like no more than an hour. It could only sit, or maybe less than that.
Yeah.
But it could only sit warm, like in a warmer, for a certain amount of time before it starts like being the ideal temperatures for salmonella.
Okay.
And so I don't know exactly how it forms or when it forms, but based off of my Hardee's, based on my experience,
based on I know more than you experience.
Based on my professional line cook.
I was a pro line cook.
Yes. And I was like cooking them out, man.
I don't know. It's like scary. I don't know. Chicken in the fridge. It's like I have to eat it like right after.
Okay,
that's what I
it's
do.
definitely it can be refrigerated. So I mean, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I freeze half of it and I refrigerate the other half.
That's probably smart.
Yeah.
That's like meal planning. That could be something I could do.
Yeah, and then I have like a thing of like veggies, and this is something I've recently implemented because of how much money I spent in January.
Good for you, dude. Yeah. It's like one of the biggest things that I've realized. Also, by the way, something that blows my mind is how comedians can afford all these drinks. Because like I just don't drink when I go out. And dude,
I can't not
saves
drink.
Me so much money.
I wish I
saves me
could.
so much.
I bet. Yeah.
You can do all things.
You're
okay.
Right, thank you.
You got it. I believe in you. No, but it saves me so much money because it's like literally like let's say you go out and you go drink, right? You'd spend probably about like what $25
at least, yeah, for 3 drinks.
$25. Think about this, right? If you're trying to do comedy, you could take that $25 and put it into ad spend for a video of you doing comedy, and you'd be able to cross promote.
Yeah.
It. And then that $25 pushed across that month, 25 times 30. I'm bad at math. What's that? Probably like I don't know, like
it's in there.
Some amount. I want it so bad. Oh gosh, this is. I'm like having a panic attack.
Okay.
I have to do it. I have to.
Yeah, figure it out, man.
No, missed call from mom. Oh, thanks, mom. I'm busy. $750.
Okay. Yeah.
And that would be imagine putting $750 and you're putting that money into promoting your own comedy videos, like of you doing stand up, and you have paid spend to try to gain fans.
Yeah.
And you did that every single month. Like that is going to pay dividends for you down the road. And that's going to get it in front of the right person. Maybe an agent sees it. Maybe you go and gain like 100 subscribers a month. If you get 100 subscribers a month for a year, You get 12,000.
And that's the atomic habit kind of mentality, you know?
And it's just that momentum. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's something I need to probably start doing and look at an ad spend for video.
Yeah. Or if you take that La Casita money, or what is La Casita?
Ah, you shut your mouth, dude. No, you get out of here, dude. I can tell you don't like to see the money.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I'm still spending money. It would be, it's like about the same amount of if I ate that or Chipotle as of, it's like about, I like
Chipotle would be definitely very similar. But if you're buying your chicken and you're buying your veggies in bulk, then
but the thing is, if I buy in bulk, it's like I just don't eat it fast enough and it goes bad.
Don't cook it in bulk. Buy it in bulk.
Yeah, but no, like if I go
put a
buy
lot of it in the freezer.
Like, dude, freaking salads have been kicking my butt, dude. Mm-hmm. I'll like buy a chicken salad and I'm like, oh, I'll eat it tomorrow, and then I do it for like 3 days and the chicken's bad and like.
Yeah, that's when I was buying salads, yes, for sure. Yeah. But I'm not gonna be buying them. I'm gonna be just like eating rice, chicken, and spinach, dude, and broccoli.
Dude, you can just do that. Like, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Salsa will save you.
Yeah. I got sriracha.
Sriracha, dude. You are speaking my language, brother.
The last 3 days I've had 0 sugar. I think this is actually this latte is my first sugar.
Dude, good for you. I think that'd be kind of fun to do like a sugar fast. I think I should.
Well, I had a headache the next day, and I thought it was because I was playing Mario Run. Mario Run on the mobile app. I was playing it like
you played Mario Run, dude,
for like 2 hours. Well, I mean, it was a case. Yeah. I bought it for a case study. I said a case study.
Oh, I was researching. I swear, I was researching.
And I was because it's a really well built game, and I wanted to see the structures that they have in place to keep you addicted. And I'm like, this is exactly what Facebook does, but it's Mario.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Have you played the Mario Kart one?
I haven't, but I should. I'm gonna play it. But
that one got me.
I wanted to figure out the mobile. Like I was studying it, and I spent like 2 hours right before bed, and like literally all of my dreams were Mario Run, and like I would wake up like from a fever dream.
Like, I need to be Mario. It's me, I'm Mario.
And like I would just keep waking up in the middle of the night from a Mario dream, and it was
you're in a hot sweat, like, oh, I need to save Princess Peach, dude. Oh.
Yeah, and so it's like I had a headache in the morning, and I'm like, it must be from all this Mario Run dreams. I thought the dreams were giving me a headache, but then I realized I didn't have any sugar yesterday, and I consume shit tons of sugar every single day.
Yeah, dude, that's one thing. That's another thing I need to cut back on. I drink a lot of Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some Dirty Pecker.
I love Dr. Pepper, dude. It is my like sustenance. I swear, I drink Dr. Pepper more than water most days.
Do you like, justify it by saying it has all this stuff?
Dude, it's got protein.
It's got prunes in it, dude.
It's got prunes or something, dude. No, it's like I just like Dr. Pepper. I love it.
You sounded like fucking Archer again. Like,
I love Dr. Pepper.
I like Dr. Pepper.
I love Dr. Pepper.
There's something that you do like your voice tapers off at the very end of a word, and that's kind of what Archer does.
Archer does.
Yeah.
That's right there. Lana.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
That's really good.
That's holy cow, dude. We're learning.
We're gonna pop that up, like,
dude.
on the screen.
That's gonna be the clip. Yeah. Like a comedian does terrible Archer impression on podcast for 3 hours.
Let's do the danger zone real quick.
Danger zone. That was bad. That was bad. I'm nervous now, and I'm all scared.
Yeah, and you know I'm over here like acting like you're a monkey. You know, like
do the thing. I did it. I'm sorry, dude. I talk with passion. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You talk with vigor.
Don't say it. It's pronounced vigor.
Vigor. Vigor. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. We're having so much fun, dude.
Yeah,
this is great, dude.
Yeah, man. So let's start dialing it down a little bit.
That's right, dial it down.
Dial it down. Get too excited, too rambunctious.
Yeah.
All right, so the business.
Yes, the business.
The business.
Yes.
So how's that been going? You doing the hammock things? Did we even talk about the hammocks?
I don't even think so. We talked a lot of so basically
we were about to.
I have a couple different brands that I have, and I have like 7 different businesses that are underneath like my like parent umbrella, right? Mm-hmm. So like I have Ocean Connection, and that's like my online distribution, e-commerce, business services, all that kind of in one company. And then I have like different product-based companies. So I have like Rocky Mountain Hammock Company. I have 77 Apparel. I have Blank Space Swimwear. So I have a bunch of different companies that I basically use Ocean as like a way of like putting those out into the world in terms of like an e-commerce business. So it's like I run all these different things at the same time, which is a lot. But yeah, so it's been going okay, like it was kind of weird. I'm still kind of getting my footing because I'm, 21 years old. I kind of am starting to learn stuff. It's been going okay.
Yeah.
We're getting a little bit of action. Obviously we need more sales, that's what the name of our game is now. That's like kind of our big thing to move the needle. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's because like I keep getting like website development work just by like talking with different businesses because I realize that that's a huge need. And, and then also I'm just like basically it's like, hey, I'll build the website and I'll give you this Ocean Connection page for free where you get another place to list and sell your products online.
Nice.
So it's kind of been this kind of cool referral system, and it gets some money into Jason's pocket being a broke 21-year-old. Like that's not bad. So that's just kind of how things have been going. It's been going good. Obviously, we need some more businesses to go help move some e-commerce product and help them with e-commerce development. That's kind of our big thing. That's kind of
why the hammocks?
I just really like the kind of model for the hammocks because.
Do you feel like it's a product that sells well?
Yes.
Okay.
So the reason I kind of thought of that idea for hammocks in particular.
And it's Rocky Mountain Hammock.
Rocky Mountain Hammock Company.
Nice.
Yeah. I think it's kind of cool.
That's
name.
good. Yeah,
that's
like
kind of
that,
cool name. It seems like it kind of reminds me like I think people that want like hammocks are usually kind of like outdoorsy folk. And it's like kind of a neat little logo and yeah, it's pretty cool. So I basically like kind of had the idea because I was trying to buy hammocks when I was at college at UCCS, and we didn't have any. And I was like, I wonder why. And like the nearest place.
Who didn't have any?
The UCCS school store. And I'm like, dude, like that's a great product to have here. I'm still trying to get into UCCS and put hammocks in there. That would be great.
And that was the original.
That was the
original
original idea. Was like, I could just put them in there, which is still I think kind of doing wholesale would be really good because then it's like I could just move a lot of product.
Explain wholesale.
So wholesale is like where you'd sell it to a vendor then sells. So it's like I would go sell the hammocks to the vendor for $30 a hammock. They would then mark it up at $39.95 and then sell that to customers. So it goes like B to B to C. So that's like what how I do.
They buy a pallet of hammocks or something.
Yeah, like a pallet or just like 10 or 15 at a time until they like sell out.
Gotcha.
Just depending.
So
that's like kind of how I had the idea, and then I was like, this is a really good business that I could do e-commerce. And I think another thing that I need to do a lot better is I need to kind of just figure out all the different ways that I can move it online, like do like Facebook and Instagram shops and even Etsy or any of these other places. Just try to figure out ways to move product in as many different ways as possible. Because like if you're a business, you want to have your product be accessible in as many places as humanly possible. And
I mean potentially, but if Instagram really works for you, maybe it's smarter just to double down on the Instagram and cut out.
That's
all
a good point.
Things.
Yeah, it's like that your 80-20 rule.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like you kind of figure out like where's like the majority of your business and sales coming from, and then just really focus in on that. But also, it's like it's like if you have the option to be in Walmart and Target, like you should do both.
Yeah.
It's because you're going to get sales that you normally wouldn't. No, but that's kind of like how I kind of thought through the whole process, and like I think I just really. Another big thing that I noticed is just it's like I think e-commerce is being overlooked for a lot of small businesses, and I think that it's a huge edge, and that's like why I think the big box retailers are growing faster because of COVID and everything, which is also a really big reason why I wanted to start that company. It's because it's like as much as I want a thing for Jason's products, I want to help mom and pop shop over here really sell effectively online and make sure that they can go and compete in terms of making it an easy buying experience. There. So like I can kind of help them automate a lot of the tough parts of that business in terms of e-commerce, like with the tracking of sales and printing labels and doing that stuff. Like that's like a really big need for these businesses. Yeah. And also because of COVID, it's just like imagine you run a retail shop and the government can kind of just shut you down.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened. And actually it's like it's wild how much how many stores created online possibilities for you to buy stuff. Yeah. Like restaurants or whatever.
And then the thing that I was looking at that kind of made me realize that there's a huge need here is that there's a lot of the users aren't actually using that. Like your customers, a lot of people kind of went around the website thing, and they're like, yeah, well, it's because of ease of buying. It's like we're lazy. Like we know, like there's a reason I'm going to La Casita instead of making and meal prepping. It's because it's easier, it's faster, it's cheaper, it takes less of my time, and that's what I think. A lot of the times, I think that's what the customer wants, especially when buying from a small business. So I think the answer to helping a lot of these businesses really get to that next step is really figuring out a way to make it the e-commerce buying experience as fast and as simple as humanly possible for the end customer.
For sure.
So I think if I can take on a lot of that responsibility of doing a lot of the legwork for that business, I think that's going to be really valuable for those companies.
Well, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. Freaking, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the business side. So.
Yeah, sweet, man. So we've had a long episode here. We'll start.
Heck yeah, dude. This
winding
is
it
great.
down. Yeah. And
this has been so much fun. Thank you so much for
man.
having me on.
Man,
You
it's
run
been
a
a pleasure.
great show.
Thank you.
I'd like to shout out the Colorado Springs Business Podcast. You guys do an incredible job. Yeah, I'll be sharing this everywhere.
Nice. If you want to cut it up too and use clips.
Oh,
go
thank
for
you
it.
so
Yeah.
much. That's very yeah. I need to get better at content. That's kind of the big thing. Just seeing this, it's like I need to get my stuff going, dude.
There's a lot of clips that can come out of each episode. I
Yeah.
want to do that more, but I just haven't, and I just haven't.
Yeah.
That's the simple thing.
Amen, dude. We are so alike.
Yeah.
Like, I just I just feel you on so many of these things.
Okay.
It's like you know what you should do, and then you just have that little bit where you're like, I don't know, should I do it?
I'm already doing a lot when it comes to the podcast, but
Oh yeah.
so it's like I do believe that the clips would be the most powerful thing when it comes to
and like
growing the show.
TikTok and stuff.
And TikTok,
Yeah.
and we do clips. We do little highlight things at the beginning.
Yeah.
But and that gets cut down into it gets sent out to IG Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. Don't forget
brilliant.
YouTube Shorts because it's a big
Dude, YouTube Shorts.
big platform.
I've looked over that, but I did a clip of me doing stand up, and it got like 4,000 views in a day, and I'm like, holy crap!
Yeah.
And the audio was crappy and kind of dim lighting, and it's like, imagine if I fixed the production side and made it look really good, and then I think it'd be a huge edge.
Honestly, it doesn't even matter.
Really? That is fascinating hearing that come from you. So
I know I'm running a bit.
You're running
a company.
Yeah. So can you elaborate?
When it comes to like TikToks and stuff like that, it really doesn't matter what the quality looks like.
You didn't say that. Oh, now I gotta not be a little a little chicken.
Now you just got to do it. Yeah, no excuses.
No
Talking about other
excuses,
comedians having excuses, you
dude,
know.
Look at me calling other people out, and I'm a little chicken.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, friend, you suck, and like Jason, you should. Yeah, the content. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
Dude.
With Vehement Games, my Instagram on that, I've gotten over like 30. Something like 20 to 30,000 like views on my reels, and one of them literally is just me. You know, on TikTok they have the duo thing, you know, like where you can react to someone else's video and it puts your video next to it. Well, Instagram has that too, but it puts it on the opposite side, so they're different.
Yeah.
And so all I did was like, it was just this guy doing this VFX thing from like The Witcher, and which is a show on Netflix, and like it's just he's acting, but he has like all this VFX stuff around him, and
like the dots.
and it shows him without like the actual like rendering, but then it shows it like rendering each layer, and my face is just going like this, like to the beat with my eyebrows.
And that's it.
And it's gotten like over 5,000 views, you know. And I was like, oh, this is a hit. I'm gonna do this to everything. So I started doing this to like a bunch of videos. Look at
Dude,
me,
I need to go, dude. That is what I've gotten out of this conversation. You just need to go make some content, go press it out, go spend my La Casita money on some ad spend.
Create the ones that have high production, yes. Like yesterday, the video, it's low video production, but I spent 2 hours writing the script, you know? Like, I really wrote out what I wanted to, because I really wanted to work out I wanted to, like...
Your story.
I wanted to explain to people and not let them be confused about what I'm doing with Vehement Games, because some people think I'm getting into the metaverse, some people...
Dude, let's get into the metaverse.
And, like, I will be doing some stuff like that, but that's not what... That's not
the bones.
It's not what Vehement Games is going to be doing. Like, we're going to be creating... And I didn't explain to you what that was actually.
Yeah, dude.
Now I can't because we're cutting it off.
Oh yeah,
just
sounds
kidding. good. No. So basically, I'll say it real quick.
Yep.
There's certain things you can implement. Say you're a restaurant with multiple stores, and you want to expand nationally.
Yeah.
Having a mobile game that's a hit, that's an actually well developed and actually it can be something that people like to play. You can start building awareness in cities before you even arrive there. And Sonic will do things like that too, like fast food restaurants. I don't know specifically Sonic, but what they'll do is they'll start advertising in different cities before they even have a restaurant there to build hype and to fill out the environment. So
like what Whataburger's doing off of InterQuest.
Yeah, and so it's like you fill out, like even before like they were here, they were probably advertising. And
yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And so they'll do that to fill out the areas. So it's like you could see what cities your game is being played the most in, and then build there. That's if you want to expand. That's one aspect of it. So you could start. Say you don't want to like go nationally. You're just like local. In your mobile game, you can add like benefits and perks that people can get redeemables while they're playing the game. Say you beat a level, you get like 10% off of your whatever you're purchasing. Like you can get rewards, real life tangible rewards that could be exchanged from playing the game. And the idea behind this is you're keeping them in your like these people that are playing the game. It's your game, so they're your brand's on the top of their mind anyway. So top of mind marketing is kind of one thing to keep.
I guess also in terms of like your attention span. Like as soon as I go and see an ad on when I watch football, I watch a lot of football. I'm like pulling out my phone. So like if you're figuring out a way to make that marketing entertainment, like that's huge. Like I took this like master class taught by like these two like really the people that made the Got Milk ads, and they said that like advertising should be entertainment.
Yeah,
like
it really should be. Yeah,
and then what's the most popular form of entertainment right now is video games. One of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a growing sector. Yeah. And then like what's cool about this is then now you can start adding in-app purchases or unlockables that people can pay for, or a full version where you get everything.
Yeah, dude.
That's what Mario Run did.
Or if you hit this like you hit like a certain benchmark in the game, you can go get a coupon for a free chili dog.
That's what I was getting at with the redeemables. And cool. But I'm saying like in-app purchases within the game itself, the game's ecosystem itself. Yeah. And so now it's creating another revenue stream for your business. And like if the game is really a hit, that revenue stream can actually outcompete your actual business. Yeah. Like cuz I don't know if you know, but Candy Crush in 2021 it was making $2 million a day on average on iPhone alone. Just iPhone. And so it's like
that's crazy.
So the goal for that is like and then say you're an e-commerce business, you can have a fun game that represents your brand, and you're growing in like you can have those unlockables that people can pay for. You can have discounts that people can get by playing the game, and then keeping them in your atmosphere of your brand.
That'd also be kind of cool for a fitness brand. Like if you're like you kind of make it like you have these different, like if I was Lululemon, right? I make it so like there's like different athletic games that you can play, like a certain like a bicycle game for instance, and then like if you hit like a certain mile time for like a bike ride, then you go get a coupon on your next Lululemon purchase, like something like that. That's
and exactly cool, like that too. And like think of it like, okay, Lululemon, let's use that example some more too. It's like now one big benefit of this having a video game is you're building better relationships with your customer base is what I feel. Like from a branding standpoint, like you're like people are connecting with your brand in a new and unique way. And then also another one of the benefits is bragging rights. Who the fuck has a video game? Like just imagine like your company has a video game. That's like exciting.
Like I'm trying to think of video game that I see. There has been like there's like you know, like the diner, like there's like a diner one that's like by a real diner, like a Denny's game.
Yeah. And there's a few of them out there like that, but it's not a common thing, and it's like
it's very uncommon. I can't think of it, and also I think that you're totally right about the entertainment part. That's really interesting, and I can't think of anyone else that's doing that right now. It's pretty cool too.
And like you can get people like there's so many different applications for how you can apply this to your business. Like. The type of game that we'll develop for one business will be completely different than for another business. Maybe one business, the mobile game strategy is the idea. Maybe being on Xbox and PlayStation is the idea. Maybe you
pair it with an Oculus thing for like boxing or something.
Or did you know that Tesla has their own video game platform?
Yeah.
It's called Tesla Arcade. And like you can get your games on there if you get accepted, of course.
That's very cool.
So like I want to be in every Tesla.
That would be fun, dude. You a Tesla guy?
Yes, I am. I don't have one, but I love Teslas.
I want it. I want my mom got one.
Okay.
And like it's so nice. I like am so jealous. My mom was like, maybe Jason, maybe if you get a real person job, maybe you'll get a Tesla.
Okay.
And I'm like, shut up, Mom. Get out of here.
Yeah.
No, I love Tesla.
Yeah, I mean, I've been wanting one since 2012 actually. For 10
good
years.
For you,
for
dude.
10 years, I've been wanting one.
you are a ride or die Tesla guy.
Yeah.
Dude. I probably like started liking Tesla probably like as soon as my like parents started looking at them.
Okay.
So they got one in like 2019. So,
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. Gosh, that's a cool car.
Yeah. I love it, and I think it's the future.
For sure, dude. For sure.
But yeah, man, that's my whole video game spiel. There's definitely a lot more that can go into that, and what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
I'm actually talking to a company tomorrow. We're going to be doing a video game.
You got your first one, dude.
Yeah. This is our third meeting. I'm meeting his brother and everything, and like it's we're gonna really flesh out the idea. The reason why it stood out to him actually is because his brother and business partner brought up making a video game for their company a few months ago, and so when I brought it up to him, he was like, this is like divine timing, you know.
And like you don't know if you don't ask too. So imagine you had that person that was looking for your product and you just never reached out to them.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you would have just like been like.
And so definitely the video games for business is definitely businesses who have a good standing already.
Yeah.
Like if you're just starting out, you're not going to want to invest a lot of money in making a video game.
You're just trying to figure out like your basics.
Yeah,
like,
so it's people who have like a good foundation already built.
Yeah. So
this is for them. That's kind of the idea.
So your target market's probably like, businesses that are like probably $1 million around revenue.
The 2+ million is what I'm thinking.
Million.
That's what I have in my mind. So
yeah, that's smart. And also that's a good also defining that kind of market that helps you kind of define like your target base. So like also who you're gonna kind of figure out who can you advertise to and put those pieces together. That's super interesting.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Like I've thought it out and fleshed it out for a few different businesses just to see how it could work for their business. Yeah. Mainly just because I bring it up and I'm talking to people. Yeah. And like. Imagine like you're a carpet cleaning company, and like at the end of each of your service, you let the customers know about your video game. Like I don't know, you're slowly building that awareness, building that awareness.
You just do QR codes to an App Store link too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's sweet.
Lots of potential there.
That's very fun.
It's a very fresh idea, and
that's always an exciting part of a business. Like when you like just have it, it's like your little baby.
Yeah, it's 2 months in the making right now, for the most part. And really,
man, before we get out of here, I want to ask you how you structure your days.
Oh, okay.
I want to turn the tables a little bit because I'm trying to figure out what can things I do better. Yeah.
And so I've noticed it changes consistently.
Yeah.
I try to have the ideal day, but I usually don't.
Yep.
And what I want out of a day could be different in the winter than in the summer. It's kind of, it really depends.
Like you do have like freedom within the structure that you already have.
Yeah, and I would love to get up early. I don't though. I do sometimes. I did today.
Same here, dude. I was like 10 a.m. Dude, that's early.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to like if it's 10 a.m. that means you got to get up around 8 or 7.
Yeah.
For me at least. But today I actually slept until like 9. Which I usually like for the podcast. I'm usually here at like 8:30.
Yeah.
Getting things set up and then that way I have time to think and So I'll sleep until I wake up.
Yeah. That's how we all do it.
Yeah. I'll sleep.
What's the alternative? I sleep until I never wake up.
Yeah. I sleep for the most part. I sleep and I don't really have a set time. Yeah. It's just when. And I love that about like how I've structured my life to be able to have that because I used to not. I used to be a slave to a time.
The 9 to 5 grind
or whatever the time frame is, But yeah.
Yeah. So you wake up.
Yeah, and then. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's so different.
So it changes. Okay.
It changes. Yeah, it's so different. But I am trying to get into a routine of waking up early and shower first because some days I'll skip showers because it's just like I don't need it. Yeah. It's like I did that yesterday. I don't need to do that today.
Yeah. I've heard that you're only supposed to shower like every couple of days.
I've heard that too. I heard that it's healthy for like all the
your
oils.
Skin.
All the oils on your skin are natural, and washing those off every day is bad for you.
Yeah.
That's some new information that's
but
come
also
out.
The Rock showers like 8 times a day.
Because he like works out 12.
That's it's like he's like I wake up, shower, go to the gym, shower, eat lunch, shower,
Yeah,
work
yeah.
out again, shower, go home, nighttime shower.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Well,
many.
if you work out
Yeah.
that much, for sure. But
Yeah.
like,
I usually just do after the gym.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That's what I do. I'll shower at the gym, and that saves even more time if I bring like my work clothes.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
So
it changes every day.
Yeah, it changes every day. I usually like to go on a hike once a day, but I'm trying to cut that out just because
That's awesome.
Just because
Well,
I have to
why do you-
drive. I have to drive 20 minutes to get to Palmer Park.
Oh,
And I like going to Palmer Park.
So we could just find a different hiking spot.
I did.
Have you done Pulpit?
It's farther.
Yeah.
And-
Are you south?
Yeah, and the closest one to me
yeah.
is the blue something reservoir area over there by the airport.
Blue Mountain Reservoir, I think it's.
Uh,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But either way,
Something close
it's
to the airport. Yeah.
It's it's like only like 5 minutes less than Palmer Park, so it's
Yeah.
like. But I am trying to cut that out because I'm actually going to sell my car and only Uber everywhere. I found out
why?
I can save money on car insurance. I could save money on maintenance. I can save money on gas. So it actually adds up to saving a couple thousand a year. I did the math.
That's interesting. Then you could use that couple thousand on something else if you wanted to.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm probably going to do that, but right now I'm doing hypothetical Uber drives. So everywhere I want to go, I see how much it costs and I input it on a list.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and I'm doing that every day for the next like 30 days to see how much it actually costs to get real life numbers. Because I can only estimate. But I really want to get data. And so if I usually go to Palmer Park with my dog. Turns out there's actually pet Ubers as well. Like it's the third option. It costs $5 more. And it's actually interesting. Me doing this, I've learned, I had to come downtown.
Another place that could have a game. Uber. Like when you're waiting, they could have a game.
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Off topic.
Good idea.
Yeah.
I found out Ubering. I had to go to my office from my house. It was going to be $16.50.
Yeah.
The cost. Well, I was like, oh, I'm hungry. I'm gonna add Taco Bell into there. Adding Taco Bell actually made it 50 cents cheaper. So I added another stop. It made it cheaper because of Uber Eats, is what I assume. Like, it made it more convenient for the driver to pick up food while they're getting this. So for some reason, it was cheaper actually to add another fast food stop. So I was like, that's interesting. So I'm finding these things out that it may even be more cheaper than I thought it would be.
That's interesting.
So it's like, but the idea is I'm not going to go to Taco Bell because I'm going to have my groceries delivered to me. So that's another aspect of not having a car is you have delivery and you have rideshare. Like, you don't need a car in today's day and age. Except when the apocalypse happens, then I'm going to have to, like...
Then you're done. You're game over. You got to just get guns. That's what you
That's
have
what I was
to
going to do, actually. I actually found out... I actually was talking to my friend. That's actually what we decided. All I had
Go
to do,
buy guns instead.
buy one gun... and this is part of the not having a car plan.
Yeah.
So that way, if I ever need a car, I'll go get it.
You're like, dude, I will mug someone. That's the back. You're like, how bad do you need this Taco Bell? You're going to commit assault. Let's commit a crime.
Having a gun is part of the plan of not having a car. If you're not gonna have a car, you gotta have a gun.
You gotta be strapped, bro. You're not gonna have a car. You gotta stay
I
strapped.
mean, you're getting in strangers' cars and shit. So
That's true. Dude. I guess you have pepper spray. That's what all ladies do.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm a man.
Yeah, dude. I'm getting a gun. I'm not a chicken. I get it.
Yeah, we put pepper on chicken. What are you talking about?
Yeah, dude. Oh man.
All right, man. Yeah, this has
dude,
been good.
This has been great.
Literally, I think you just set the record for longest episode.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I enjoy your company.
All right, thank
This
you,
has been so
man.
much
This has
fun.
been good.
Thank you, dude.
So yeah, this has been the COS Business Podcast. We started it out a little different this time. I usually introduce the guest. Did not.
My name is Jason, by the way. My name is Jason Alexander. Hi, hey guys.
I'm trying to like change things up a little bit, you know, like maybe it'll be better.
We're just flowing. Dude.
Yeah, I want things to flow without any hindrances, and I'm trying to lean into that. So maybe I'm gonna do it like Lex Friedman. The following is a conversation with Jason Alexander.
The following. I am a robot from Russia.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
He's a robot from Russia instructed to infiltrate the American culture.
Dude, that's where I got the deep work thing from. It's from Lex Friedman.
Nice.
With the
Okay.
notepad.
Nice.
Yeah. Sorry, we're just keep going.
Yeah, this is good. This has been COS Business Podcast. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Thank you.